going to be talking about my 2 days I spent in Munich in the beginning of March. And so this is the last video of my March travels and finally getting it finished. So we arrived in Munich on Wednesday, March 12th. In the morning, we took an overnight train from Amsterdam to Munich. I can't remember exactly what time we arrived, but maybe 8 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So we arrived in the morning and we went to the hostel where we were staying, and we checked. Well, we couldn't check in yet, but they let us drop our bags off. And we weren't super tired. We slept pretty good on the train. I really actually enjoyed the overnight train for the most part. And so first we went and got some breakfast, and I got a little German pastry. It was really, really good with cream cheese and raspberry in it, I think. It was really good. And we just kind of hung out for a little bit and tried to decide what we wanted to do for the day. And we finally decided we wanted to go see a concentration camp called Dachau, which is in a town called Dachau near Munich. And so we decided it would be best to do that first because it's probably going to be depressing, and we didn't want it to be the last thing of our trip there. So we took a train to Dachau, and it wasn't super far, maybe 20 minutes, I can't quite remember. And then after that we had to take a bus to get to the actual site of the concentration camp. On the bus we met a woman who was from Wisconsin, and she was working with some nonprofit organization. She was actually a tour guide at the camp, and so she was telling us a little information about it. It was kind of cool to run into her. We didn't do a guided tour at the camp because I'm not sure if you had to pay for them or not, but they only had English ones at certain times and stuff. And yeah, so we didn't do that, but we just wanted to explore on our own, go at our own pace. And there was actually a lot to see there. It was huge. It was definitely very sad to see it, but it was really interesting. And there was a lot of school groups of German high school students there, so it was really crowded. And I had read online they recommend you go early, and that's why I think to go before the student groups get there. But it wasn't too big of an inconvenience. They had so one of the main building has been turned into a museum, and they had all these hanging panels with information, and we probably spent at least 2 hours in there just reading these panels. They had a lot of first-hand accounts of different things, and it would tell you what every room was used for. And then after that you could go see the barracks where the prisoners lived, and then there was in the back you could visit the crematorium. It was really just kind of unsettling to go in there and stuff, but it was really interesting to see. And it's overwhelming kind of. It makes you think this really wasn't that long ago that all of this happened, and it's just kind of, it's scary to think that something like that happened in the 21st century. It is. It's creepy. Anyway, after that we took the train back to Munich, and what did we do first? I have a horrible time even remembering what we did now because it's been so long. We got lunch somewhere, and then we decided to go to visit this garden or park that Jessica had seen on the map. And it was, I'm not good, I don't speak German, but I think it's Englischgarten. I'll write it here so you can see what it's called. And it's a really huge park, bigger than Central Park in New York. And we went, it was just at dusk, so it was starting to get dark. There was a ton of people there running and bike riding and stuff. And we bought a bottle of wine, so we drank the wine in the park and just hung out there for a little bit. And then we walked back to our hostel, and they let us check in. Oh, we checked in first. That's why it was already dark by the time we got to the park. We checked into our hostel and got settled in and stuff. And so we went back to the hostel, and they had given us a coupon for a free drink at the hostel's bar. So we went down to the bar and we did that, and we ended up hanging out there for the rest of the night. And we didn't eat dinner, so we just had a few drinks, and we got more drunk than we wanted to. So we went back upstairs, and we hung out with the girls in our hostel for a little bit, and found out that they were jewelry artists, which was really cool. And they were really friendly and really fun to meet and to talk to them. And eventually we went to bed, And we woke up in the next morning, and Jessica was feeling really sick, and we had to check out by 10 o'clock in the morning. So she wanted to. She felt so sick that she wanted to pay to stay another day because she needed to sleep, basically, and just rest. But the hostel was booked up, so they couldn't let her stay another day. But luckily, we had a really, really sweet girl in our room, and she let her stay in her bed during the day and sleep there because they were going to go out during the day. So that was really, really nice. And so Jessica stayed there and slept for a little while, and I decided to go out by myself. And I just went and explored Munich, and it was really cool. I loved it. The weather was beautiful. I went to the Marienplatz, which is like the main plaza in Munich, and they had a really beautiful clock tower. And I went and saw a church, visited this beautiful church, and there was a lot of people, a lot of tourists and stuff. And I went back to the park that we had been to and walked around. There was so many people there. I saw some really cool stuff. There was some surfers in the park, surfing in the river. And there were a bunch of people with their children and little kids, and really cute. And a bunch of people in Germany have big dogs. There was like big dogs everywhere. And there was like people playing music in the park and all kinds of stuff. It was really cool. And yeah, so that's what I did by myself for like the first half of the day. Then I went back to get Jessica, and we went out for lunch at a little Greek place, and we got falafel and baklava, which was really good. And then we went to the Hunting and Fishing Museum, which Jessica really wanted to go to. That was pretty cool. I liked it. They had a lot of like different hunting artifacts, like powder flasks and things, and different weapons that they use, and some taxidermied animals and stuff like that. They had a really cool skeleton of this giant elk that I think is extinct now, but it was enormous. It was a cool place to go, and Jessica really liked going to it, so it was fun. After that, we went back to Marienplatz because Jessica hadn't seen it yet, and it's like the main area. You have to see it. We went souvenir shopping. We bought some souvenirs. And then we went to a Bavarian restaurant to get some real German food for dinner. And I had a pretzel and the Bavarian white sausage. It was really good, and a beer. So it was good. That was our last meal in Germany. And then we went back to the hostel and got our stuff, and we took the overnight train to Paris. So that was our 2 days in Munich. I really loved Munich. It was a beautiful city. I'd love to go there and spend more time there. And I liked that it's easy to walk around. It's not like a huge sprawling city like Paris, so you can walk to all the main sites mostly. So I really liked that, and I enjoyed Munich. So yeah, that is our trip in Munich, and the last about our backpacking week in Europe with my friend Jessica. So I had a really great time. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos, and I'll be posting the actual footage from Munich very soon for you. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.